So, on my second video, I thought I should be talking about causes and effects of anorexia and just eating disorders in general. So, I think I should start off with what causes an eating disorder. Eating disorders, they can be really caused by anything. It can be triggered through being bullied in school, it could be triggered through media, it could be triggered through issues at home and things like that. And bullying is something that triggers most of the eating disorders. Like, the people I know who suffer from anorexia, they we all have that one thing in common. We've all been bullied about how we look like. It doesn't matter whether it's true or not. Most of the time people they just say stuff just to hurt you, even though it's not true at all. And most of the time what happens is something in your head kind of clicks. It makes you believe what those bullies are saying, even though you know it's not true. But that kind of thing in your head starts saying, actually, for me to be accepted by these bullies, I should take their opinion into account and just try to work myself, try to just be the perfect person for them. So it's just really like the causes are just the things that make it in your head kind of click that you need to stop eating. For example, sometimes eating disorders can be triggered not from just wanting to diet. Like, for example, it could be just just trying to get away from other problems by resolving it by getting control over what you eat. For example, you have family issues and you just want to kind of forget about them because you're not in control of them, so the only thing that you can control would be what you eat. And eating disorders develop from that as well, obviously. Some people do develop anorexia as well as orthorexia, which is basically they like their first attempt wasn't trying to lose weight, it was trying to be healthy, like that whole healthy image that you can only eat, let's just say, green food, like, I don't know, celery, broccoli, that kind of stuff, and nothing else apart from it. That whole kind of eat clean image. Most people in recovery right now really do think that they can fully recover through clean eating, and I'm completely against it, to be honest, because you don't recover from an eating disorder unless you eat what you truly want. It does, like, for example, before my eating disorder, I was that kind of girl that would eat ice cream even on a snowy winter day. And for me to just swap all that into an eat clean diet, that would kind of be more swapping my anorexia for orthorexia rather than, recovering from anorexia. So that would just not make sense at all. And yeah, that whole eating clean thing, just, it's not a way to recover. That's just my opinion though, but I really don't think it's a way to recover, because yes, you can eat loads of vegetables and get in like, just be full, not healthy, no, be just say, I don't know, like, it would be, oh, I don't know what I'm on about anymore. Bottom line is, eating clean while recovering from anorexia is basically swapping my anorexia for orthorexia, and I don't think that's right, so that's it. And then there is that whole kind of image of women being like super tiny. It's kind of sad actually to know that a couple of 50 years ago, something like that, women with nice curves were really like, they were considered as, in the media they were considered as absolutely perfect and beautiful, whereas now, you know, those twig figurines are kind of considered as beautiful by the media, well, which is just not true. Curves are beautiful, boobs are nice, remember that. As in, having them rather than not having them, you know. Yeah, and obviously being anorexic, having an eating disorder in general, just gives you lots of bad, bad, bad side effects. First, like the first thing that happens is your hair starts to fall out and you lose your period. Losing the period part, it happened, like, it just happens so quickly. 1 month is there, the other month is not there. It's not like, those women who are older and they get menopause, they kind of, it gradually stops. No, for us it's just, it stops directly. And unfortunately it doesn't come back quick. It doesn't. It likes to take its time. Let's just say it that way. It takes this beautiful precious time. Oh, yeah. And then obviously you start lacking in vital nutrients like magnesium, iron, you start lacking in that, in calcium, in other vital nutrients like vitamin D, A, B, C. Don't know why I started with D, but never mind. Yeah, and obviously being iron deficient, is that what you said? Anyway, not having enough iron in your system, um, causes anemia. Which also causes you to be cold all the time. All the time. For me, I kind of developed anemia quite quickly. I had no iron in my diet whatsoever, and I don't actually have that much either right now. Yeah, I don't have it that much right now in my diet either, which is quite bad because that means even on the warmest days you are the one that is the coldest out of everyone else, which it just sucks. Um, and obviously after a while you would get that kind of hollow bones thing, if that makes sense. It's called osteoporosis. Um, yeah, basically you get really fragile. You could break a bone so easily. Like, I don't know, ping pong ball hitting against your arm's broken, kind of thing. No, that's exaggerated, but never mind. Um, and then side effects are also, swelling of the hands, swelling of the face, feet, just swelling in general. And yeah, that's that. I'm trying not to make this video too long, so I'm just gonna jump onto my third part of the video, which is eating disorders. They do not come alone. They like to take their lovely other friends with them and give them to you, like, lovely depression and anxiety and self-harm. It's just, I guess it's because once you're really deep in your eating disorder, you think there is no hope in anything anymore. You lose hope. You don't want anything anymore. You just want, you kind of want somebody to save you from your eating disorder, because you know that it's not going to get you anywhere. All it's going to do is going to drive you to your death. But it's just, you start getting really depressed. Like, for me, I didn't talk to anyone. I isolated myself from the entire world. I kind of, like, even in school, I kind of started distancing myself from my friends. At first, like, I started talking less, which obviously they noticed because I was always the loudest out of the group, and that suddenly just stopped because I was just so tired of always faking my happiness in front of everyone. So I just kind of stopped talking, and then I stopped, like, participating in what they're doing. Like, for example, when they're just mucking about, I would sit down, do my homework if I had any, and if I didn't have any, I would fake do my homework. And then it just like, until the last little bit, I started isolating myself by locking myself into, the school toilet for like the whole of break time and lunchtime. And really, that is just because what your eating disorder does, basically, just that voice in your head, like I said in my other video, it tells you you're worthless. So what happens is you start thinking you're not good enough for your friends, so you have to stop hanging out with them. And yeah, that basically just happened to me. And then you get, so that, yeah, that social problem thing, and if calories even matter, really. They matter for us, but yeah, and then you just get afraid of everything else, really. Like, you're afraid that you won't have enough time to exercise. You're afraid that, especially if you're a perfectionist, you start getting afraid that you don't have, that let's just say your grade slips from an A star to an A. You start being afraid of that, and then you just overstress everything, overthink everything, which obviously leads to more depression and more anxieties and so on. And obviously that whole low self-esteem thing, and I just, that kind of self-hatred you get to yourself, you just hate everything about yourself. And then it starts to get more than just about your weight or what the scale says. It's more about that you can't wear this and this and this and this because you don't deserve to wear it, or you look ugly in it, or that it just doesn't suit you, or something like that. And then you just start not allowing people to, just be nice to you because you hate yourself already. And it's like, it's the most depressing thing in the world, really, to just hate yourself and think that you're not worth anything. You don't, that nobody deserves to have you because you're not good enough for them. It's one of the most depressing things in the world, really. And honestly, like, eating disorders is the last thing I would ever wish on anybody. Even if I hated them, I would never wish it on them, because this is it's just makes you believe that it would be better if you die. It makes you believe that the whole world would be better off without you, which is just really, really, it's just not true, because everybody's unique in their own way. Everybody's beautiful. Like, you who's watching it, you're beautiful. Remember that. You're beautiful just the way you are. You don't need to change for anyone. You don't need to take judgment, because all judgment is just wrong. It's absolute shit, okay? This, sorry for the swearing, but still, it's bullshit. Never ever listen to anybody that tells you otherwise. Don't listen to anybody that tells you that you're not beautiful, that you're worthless, and things like that. Just don't listen to them. Anyway, so I can see the video's gone way too long, so I'm sorry for another long video, and I hope you all have a good day. So, bye bye.